Hello everyone. Our project is about digital transformation of PMOs. Congratulations! Your executives are ready to go digital. Is your PMO ready to become digital? Actually, PMOs need to become digital themselves before they are able to support their organization's digital transformation. The business needs. Why digital transformation for PMOs? Actually, due to COVID-19 restrictions now, it's getting stricter around the world about people movement. There is no choice than to work remotely, which leads to urgent need for fast movement towards digital transformation. And while COVID-19 is attacking policies and manual procedures and the co-location work environment, there comes project management. In the age of digitalization is associated with the hope of saving time and costs. BMO digital transformation could be a blueprint for transformation for the whole company, and it will support all other parts of the organization for the digital transformation. In our project scope, we will define features and services that the project management information system, like project portfolio management tool, online project tools, etc., that can serve new digital BMO needs. We will focus on enhancing and maintaining some or all PMO approaches and processes to come with new online cloud tool where it must fulfill relevant stakeholders or users' needs. Measure our KPIs and make any needed improvements or adjustments. Our project deliverables will be digital BMO's framework, tools, and best practices, KPIs, and last one is the PMOs or the digital PMOs governance and leadership. First, the digital PMO framework. And this framework, we will adopt two approaches, the waterfall and the agile project management approach. In waterfall, we will start with identifying PMO and evaluating the strategies that's suitable for this digitization, and then design and justify the digital PMO, followed by executing the proof of concept and implementing pilot PMO, and then we run the pilot or proof of concept and review results either to go or no go. So about the features coming with digital tools, there are many features we can use from them. Just like digitizing and capturing of everyday projects data, digitizing the distribution of project documents and records, also email alerts and notifications. A very important thing is the comments and markups that people or stakeholders need to put on the project drawings. And also the project information registers and logs. We need to digitize this information and automate it to be easy to collect and create the dashboards or the dynamic dashboards on time. Another feature which is very important is the interface or the integration with third-party applications. From digital BMO tools, there are many examples, such like Jira, Trello, Microsoft Projects, and so many other tools that each one has its own features and can be collaborated together also. We have EPM Oracle Server or the Enterprise Project Management Oracle system that has many features. It's a cloud-based platform, it's centralized. Of course, it helped us eliminating all the errors that comes from editing the spreadsheets. And of course, it drives the accountability across the organization. We can align strategic goals to financial objectives, and we can provide actionable insights for the operations running in the project. So we have the Power BI dashboards or the business intelligence dashboards. Also, it's a cloud-based automated system. It integrates seamlessly with existing applications. It's easy access from cell phone or mobile phone. Reach personalized dashboards, publish reports securely, and no memory and speed constraints on using cloud-based platforms. And we have a collaborative platform that has many features collaborated together, used for task management, for team management, for spreadsheet database. Also, users create database, set up columns types, and add records. It's easy access from cell phones devices also. And we have the data mining tools using data science and machine learning platforms. It has a predictive analysis, or it provides predictive analysis of large models and large data that helps the project managers for making the right decisions for any potential risks that may come to the project. Intuitive interface and the visualization that explains all the analyzed data. And now we'll complete with digital PMO best practices with Giraffe.
Hello everyone, I am Gaurav and I am going to cover digital PMO best practices. So we have taken the content from McKinsey article Unlocking Success in Digital Transformations. So first point is regarding leadership. So there is a need for leadership commitment in order to implement digital PMO. The reason is because leadership drives the new initiatives, the change management in terms of bringing new ways of working and ways of thinking. Next point is define success and how it will be measured. So it is very important to define the success criteria, and the focus should be on value driven delivery. So there is a difference between output and outcome. So output is more towards quantity, whereas outcome is more towards the benefits, the impact it has brought about. So we need to focus on the value driven delivery aspect. Then next is capability building. So how we are going to build the capability? By developing talent and skills amongst the employees, investing the right amount in digital talent. So we need to be very sure how much amount is to be invested in each of the digital initiatives, right? So it may be different digital technologies like AI, machine learning, right? Cloud. So we need to understand what is the right amount in each of these digital technologies. Then improve continuously. Then next comes, we have to actually empower the PMO. How we can empower it? By building strong culture and programs that demonstrate the power and value of PMO. We have to also gain the stakeholder buy-in and also instill confidence in the chosen technologies, because there are blend of technologies for the digital initiatives. So we need to be very confident which all technologies we are actually bringing in to solve our problem. Then we can also empower the PMO by improving PMO's competencies to be agile learners, right? Failing fast and at the same time delivering continuous value, right? Because that's the basic idea behind agile delivery approach or agile mindset, that we need to be delivering continuously despite volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity, right? The VUCA world. Next is about how we can empower people by bringing cultural and behavioral changes. So there should be calculated risk taking, right? And increase collaboration and focus on customers' problems. So there should be customer centricity. The next is encouraging employees to challenge old ways of working. So there is definitely a need to bring new ways of working in the digital transformation space. The next point is regarding upgrading tools, how we can adopt digital tools, how we can implement digital self-serve technologies. There are various autonomous technologies in the digital space like RPA, robotic process automation, then artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning. So we need to actually implement these different type of technologies as per the requirements. Then modifying standard operating procedure to include new technologies and encourage data-driven decision making. So we need to be focusing on the data and how we can take data-driven actionable decisions. So the decision making should be based on the data. So that is very important. Then the next part is communication. how we can communicate a change story, and also leaders need to communicate frequently and transparently so that it instills a confidence. Then senior leaders need to foster a sense of urgency. Why? Because then only the change will be implemented and you will get a quick buy-in. If there is no sense of urgency, then definitely there will be no seriousness in terms of implementing that change, the purpose of that change. So that needs to be clarified by the senior leadership. And at the same time, establish accountability and set expectations for change. Now moving on to the next point, which is about the key performance indicators, how we will be measuring the performance of digital PMO, right? So there are various KPIs which we have identified in terms of business value, and of course there are some general KPIs, right? Like percentage of successful projects delivered. So this is a common KPI which we need to actually assess, and through this we can actually see what is the difference after we have implemented digital PMO. How much efficiency has improved? What is the benefit realization? Contribution to ROI, right? Improvement in efficiency after digitization, cost savings. So these are different type of general KPIs. It may also include number of processes which have been automated, right? What is the total number of processes which have been automated, and what effectiveness it has brought about in the project and the program level. Then there are certain business value focused KPIs. So there are four major areas or the key value areas, like current value, time to market, ability to innovate, and unrealized value. The current value talks about the employee satisfaction, customer satisfaction, the revenue per employee. So it is the value which is delivered to the end customer as on date. Then time to market is the efficiency or the speed which is there for delivering a particular product or a service, right? So it may include different KPIs like release frequency, mean time to repair in case of defects, then cycle time, lead time, and what is the time to learn? How much time team takes to learn, right? So these are different key value indicators for time to market. Then we have ability to innovate. What is the innovation rate? If there is lot of context switching between tasks, right? So definitely the ability of innovation will go down. So we need to take care how we can improve the ability to innovate. If the defect trends also increases, then the ability to innovate decreases. And on the other hand, if the defects are decreasing, then the ability to innovate keeps on increasing. So these are some of the specific key value indicators in terms of ability to innovate. Then unrealized value. What is the value which has still not been explored, but it has got potential, right? Like market share, customer or user satisfaction gap. So these are the different areas on the basis of which we should actually measure the business performance, right? So that's why we call it as an empirical based performance metrics, which helps you to identify the key bottlenecks as well as improve continuously for delivering successful results. Then the next point is regarding digital PMO governance and leadership. So what all points are required in terms of governing the different projects, the programs, what is the communication level, and what are the do's and don'ts for leadership. So these points are actually covered in the governance part. So governance includes process development. So basically it ensures compliance with all shared data to meet global, regional, and local laws, right? Then business solution transformation portfolio, which considers portfolio of change activities that need to be delivered. Next is your performance management. So it helps you to establish performance metrics across the organization in order to identify the operational efficiency. And also it gives a forum for review and analysis. So that's the benefit of having a performance management system. So normally you see in organizations, we do have performance management or performance appraisal systems. So this is the same. Then we need to have transformation operations. So basically it helps you in focusing on effective day-to-day operations, right? So that's why it is operational part, how we can transform it, how we can improve the ways of working, right? And it includes execution, the governance model, the resourcing, financial decisions, reporting activities. So this all is covered in the transformation operations. Then we have tools and process custodian. So in governance part, we also take care of these factors, like it helps in monitoring the tools and process utilization, effectiveness in delivering assigned KPIs, the efficiency and ease of use from the stakeholders perspective. So these all are the different areas for governance. Then we have the leadership. So leadership needs to see whether there is alignment with the vision, and whether they are able to translate the strategy to execution, because it is very important that the strategy design and strategy implementation should be aligned. If there is misalignment, then definitely you will not be able to deliver it. Then next comes the business solution. So it consider what needs to change to deliver the outcome, right? And there should be a flexible model, right? Because there is lot of uncertainties, and if there is no adaptability or flexibility, then you are actually bound by the specific guidelines, and you cannot actually go beyond that, right? So there should be flexibility in the business solution, right? There should be technical agility. There should be agility in terms of implementing different models based on the changing conditions. So it also covers the business agility part, right? How you can build innovative solutions despite changes in the market, and how quickly or how frequently you can adapt to the changing market conditions. Then you have transformation portfolio, which considers the portfolio of change activities that need to be delivered from planning perspective. Business readiness, which considers political and emotional implications. Then partnership development, which formulates a partnership with the business that is inclusive to their participation within the PMO. And last but not the least, it also acts as a education forum, right? So it ensures that there are accessible learning tools in the organization, right? And it also helps create dynamic review of the PMO model to continually adjust to the change with the business environment. So this is again extension to business agility. So we come to the conclusion. The conclusion for this project is that there is a need for stakeholders expectation to realize digital PMOs, and project managers, PMOs, and project management associations like IPMA and PMI have to actually react to this change, which is the need of the hour, especially when there is a situation of COVID-19 lockdown and the human movement has been restricted. So these autonomous technologies and these type of different digitization techniques will help the PMO to grow further. Then the introduction of new tool requires the investment in technology. Of course, there is investment involved, but at the same time, we need to see what is the right amount we need to invest in each type of digital technology, right? And there needs to be an adaptation of processes and standards. And with advancing digitalization, it requires consistent management decisions and a strengthening of the project culture in order not to fall behind competitors. So this is the overall view of our project, which would help in delivering the best practices in terms of digital PMO. So I hope that the idea proposed by this project would help in building effective PMOs and delivering business value, which will overall build the business performance at a newer height. Thank you very much.